Well, today I thought I would say some things about my mail that I just received as I'm opening these. And I could skip over the bills, those not too important. Got a letter from St. Simeon, the New Theologian Orthodox Renewal Center. Very kind, wonderful people. You should send some money to them to help them get the word out. That's very important, a beautiful saint of the Lord, St. Simeon, the New Theologian. There's also an invitation I received today here. See now here's what I received today. It's sent by pre-sorted standard mail. It's from the President of the United States it's an invitation to the inauguration. So I'm very honored to look at here inauguration, President and Vice President 2017. That's very wonderful. Now you see here we're in the month of March and I'm really sort of decorated for a different sort of occasion. But I'm opening the letter and I'm seeing what it says as to what sort of things, since the president has already been inaugurated, am I getting an invitation for an inauguration? So here we'd say, it says the same thing inside. I'm thinking, what is some sort of scam? Am I being scammed? What should I even bother? It's pre-sorted standard. Mostly that goes to file 13, right? So the Committee for the Presidential Inauguration requests the honor of your presence to attend and participate in the inauguration of Donald John Trump as President of the United States of America and Michael Richard Pence as Vice President of the United States of America on Friday, the 20th of January, 2017, in the city of Washington. Now, I think to myself, I'm an immigrant to the United States, and most of us immigrants, we all participated in our unions, and I worked for 16 years for the United States Postal Service, 10 years as a letter carrier, and 5 years as a postal worker, working in the nighttime. And I happen to know when I see a barcode like what's on here that there's a flat sorting machine that we would use to automatically send this sort of mail, and that most of them come on a pallet that has to be unbundled, and then after it's been unbundled, well, excuse my clock, I have to honor my parents and my grandparents and great-grandparents by looking at the clock and remembering that this clock has been in our family for many, many years, in fact over a century, so it would be horrible to have to let it go. Now, that interrupts the video. Now, so I was talking about the letter from Donald Trump, and the flat sorting machine would be automatic. So what you do when you're a postal worker is you take the pallet full of the bundles of mail that have been provided by our public officials on our own dime, using something called a franking privilege. So all of the congressmen can continue to get reelected, which I'm sure when Donald Trump and Mr. Richard Pence, the president and vice president, attempt to be re-elected, they will probably wish to use the franking privilege once again in order to achieve the re-election, as it is always a bit unfair when we have re-elections for the incumbents that are among us in power, that are making their mailings for free to everybody in the country if they wish, while their opponents have to raise all their own money through their campaign funds. Now, see, that's how this works. So, when we work on the Better Voting Systems Act, we may wish to revoke this franking privilege for things like this. Now, an invitation to the president's inauguration is very kind, and I doubt seriously that they have any sort of bulk mailing that's specially designated to the target demographic of leprechauns, such as myself, which are the only individuals on the planet I am aware of, besides the holy angels, that are able to travel in time backwards if they wish. I have a special access through the invitation system of the rainbow to do such a thing. This is very rare, okay? And in fact, I feel somewhat discriminated against. I feel a bit stereotyped, Mr. Trump. I must tell you this, because if you're going to send invitations to leprechauns late only this way, this is most unfair, okay? Because you're saying, oh, all the leprechauns, they can travel backwards. They don't need the same privileges that the rest of the United States has. Oh, well, here's how I feel about that. Mr. President, you suppose that some people trying to sabotage your presidency and do not perhaps wish that you would be perceived as highly supported by not having so many people appear at your inauguration, you see. Okay, now I ran for president myself, and I know it's no easy thing, and you worked hard to achieve what you had, although I think you were very surprised just to even get past the primary. So I think we all were. Oh, that's America. America. Oh, I love this sweet land of liberty, don't you? Now, here you are, and we love you all so much. Isn't that a fact? Now, so next time, please do not rely on the privilege I have of the rainbow, because it doesn't work so well. The month of March is a good 2 months forward, and it takes a little bit of energy and power to pass the speed of light the way you require of me. You see, I only have so much of me to go around, and right now I have some bills to pay. So thank you so much, and congratulations, by the way, and I hope and all of the best for you and for America, because I love this land, even though of course I'm from Ireland and half of me is actually Scotch, and I have a bit of Brit in me. If you check out the life of St. Patty, you'll read about it in the Confessions of St. Patrick, you know. But I'm not St. Patrick. I'm just here trying to bear some messages for the man. And unfortunately, all these leprechauns going around talking about pots of gold at the end of the rainbow. Okay, let me tell you about those leprechauns. Okay, you know what they are? The little demon and said, they're just pure fantasy, you see. Now, I worked for the National Association of Letter Carriers for a time myself and was an immigrant and understand some of the issues that we go through. And I can understand that sometimes things in the Postal Workers Union cause some confusion, and these little pallets of mail that sit in the corner for a few months while other mails take a little higher priority. So, oh, see, what's that thing way over in the corner? It's being delivered a little bit late. Oh, what is that? Oh, why don't you put that in that other room? Won't that be funny? All the little shenanigans that go on in the post office. Oh, what would I know about that, huh? Okay, well, enough said. I hope you have a happy St. Patty's Day everywhere, though, you in the White House and you on the beaches of South Florida, where I'm headed right now myself. Oh, Mr. Trump, if I see you down there, please just don't clog up the traffic on there on South Ocean Boulevard, please, okay? And if you happen to see Timmy Griffith, who used to live at Mar-a-Lago, say hello for me.